Hello. All right. This is going to look really bad because I currently cannot do much of anything. I'm about to go take a shower, but yeah. Um, so I've got wicked bad ADHD. A lot of people do, but and I don't feel that like most of those people come online and share their experience about how like life is. So I wanted to take a video of like how it is. It's kind of recently I've been like wanting so bad, so badly to drop whatever stupid ideas I've got right now. Not stupid, but like ideas that I don't necessarily want to work on, and just like drop them all and then commit to something, a project, some pursuit, whatever. But with ADHD, it feels like everything is just too boring. It feels everything is so understimulating, but also overstimulating at the same exact time, and it's tough, um, because you have to find that balance between under and overstimulation to be able to keep yourself interested, to keep yourself working, to do whatever that is you want to do, whether that be like get a career or be an artist or whatever. Right? It's like if you're somebody like me who's got ADHD and has very big ambitions, it's hard to sort out what you need to do from what you have the ideas to do right now. Um, I have this system that every month I set a project, and then I'm hoping that I make a blog post or video about it at the end of every month. I haven't done that in months, not since school started, anyways. Um, it's not a very good system. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna kind of talk about this on camera, just to like put it out there into the world, and hopefully somebody stumbles across this and uses it as like a resource to say like, oh, I'm not alone. Somebody else has had this problem, and also, oh, this is a cool solution. I'm gonna use that. Let me check that it's still recording. All right, yeah, we're still good. So, pretty much, the issue that I find myself going into is like like I've got a whirlwind of ideas and tasks and activities I have to do, and it's all just fucking circling, and it feels like I'm in a storm and I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go. It's like you're at in an ocean during a storm and there's no direction of where you can go. You can go anywhere, but it's like it feels like no matter what option you pick, there's no good choice necessarily. And that's like compromise, but it's, I guess, different. I don't know how to express that feeling, but if you know, you know, I guess. Um, and giving an example, it's like, oh, I want to learn how to jump rope. I want to do a bunch of projects. I would like to upload blogs and shit about my life to give people like resources and stuff. Um, and I'd like to make music and do activism stuff and go to college and blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. And it's all things that I really want to do. But it's like the idea of doing all of them is so overwhelming that I do none of them, and also I guess like the fact that I have so many ideas, it's so hard to pick through, and like just say, okay, I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, because it's kind of like you feel like you have to do all of them at once, because if you're like me with ADHD, it you drop it and then it goes away. It's gone forever. Goodbye. Cool thing that you had the idea to do, it's gone forever. Goodbye. Right? Even if you have a written down list of ideas or projects or like tasks that you need to do, it becomes so long to the point where it's just like put it there, leave it there, and it dies there forever. Maybe this does mean that I need to start dropping a lot more tasks and stop worrying about so many things. But it's, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's a tough issue. Um, and one thing I think I said already about the system, where it's like I've got a project that I pick every month, and I make a blog post at the end of the month. I haven't done that in months. Hasn't done it since school started. Um, and I've been finding recently that reframing the way that I think about projects, instead of just projects, it's like, oh, this is an A to B, super simple thing. I'm thinking it more of like a layer of cake. I'm giving people, if my entire life is cake, I'm cutting off a little slice and then giving it to people for them to consume, enjoy, whatever. And that's all it is. That's all the project is. It's just a part of your life. So that's all a blog is, just another part of your life. It's all the same shit, right? Um, I don't know. That's kind of helped a little bit recently, is to stop thinking about it as like a project, because that word feels official. It feels that you need to have some sort of commitments to this idea, and then it becomes too overwhelming. I don't. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a project to write this story and do this and da da da, this that and the third. It's like, okay. Um, then you have to like make it this whole thing. It becomes a whole thing. Versus, oh, I'm gonna write something today. Okay, upload it online. Boom, done. That is more project than any project that you're overwhelmed about will ever be, because that shit will never get finished. But that stupid little poem, done. Writing, done. Story, done. You know, shitty piece of music, done. You know, it's something getting put out into the world as opposed to just nothing and getting overwhelmed with the amount of stuff you have to do, so to the point where you do nothing. Check this, still recording. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, treat the things in your life more like things, and also I'm realizing now that I have a lot of I put a lot of emphasis on keeping all of my ideas, but it's like you're not going to be able to do most of them. You got like 1% of ideas that you're allowed to captivate on, because the rest of them are either going to fall into the wind, won't work out, you don't have the skill to do them, or won't find the time to do them. And that's just kind of how it feels when it comes to, like, I just need to let things sit in my backlog forever until they disappear. I need to be more willing to toss things in my backlog, and more willing to just commit to one thing that I'm really interested in. But then it's like everything else kind of falls apart. You know what I mean? It's like you hyper focus on this one task, this one nature, reality, whatever, that you start like, just it becomes an obsession, and then you don't stop until all joy has been wrung out from it, like a fucking piece of juice, or like an apple turned into juice. And then you have to just go find the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It's so tiring. It's fucking exhausting. Medication probably helps. I don't know. I'm not on it yet. I'm getting there. I've got my appointment in like a month or so to go get on medication, or get diagnosed with ADHD, which I probably do have. Probably do have. Sorry. I had it as a kid. Symptoms match up. Won't say that I do, but I'll just treat it like I do. For now, until I get a yes or no from my psychiatrist. And then maybe get medication from there to help out. Yeah. It's just shit that it's like you're having to juggle every single thought that's in your mind actively, as opposed to most people can just let them slide into the background. Just let your subconscious take care of it. But it's like I'm having to spend so much mental energy just thinking about thinking that it just doesn't, you know. And I mean, the ultimately the big picture, like capital whatever stuff that I can do, is still it's still doable. It's just like much different of a path and much more painful in some ways. Better in others, but painful in some ways. Yeah. How much time I got left? Has it been 8 minutes? Yeah, I'll stop around 10. Yeah, but I don't really necessarily have like a solution to this problem. Just kind of venting. But yeah, I've got a lot of shit I want to do. I don't know how to balance it out, all of these hobbies and interests, because I would like to be a polymath. I'd like to be somebody who's knowledgeable in many fields. But you can't do it all at once. You have to sit down and just kind of commit to one thing. Committing does not look like sitting through something forever. It means sitting down with something for a certain amount of time and then saying, okay, once you've hit the amount of skill that you want, that's the amount of time that you're like, you know, done. It's like if you want to learn how to jump rope, but not, there's a poignant example because I'm trying to learn how to jump rope because I've never been able to. If you want to learn how to jump rope, but not any of the fancy tricks, just like the basics, give it like 2 weeks. And then just practice until you're done, and you can drop it. It's done forever. You can let it go. Same thing with any of the project ideas you have. Cult of Done Manifesto has been very helpful as of recently. I think I'll end on this note. It says that drop anything that isn't moving, you know? If you have a project idea and you've been working on it for months and months and months and months and nothing's happening with it, kill your darlings. Let it go. if you're not doing something with it, if you're not fucking up, if you aren't not fucking up, giving up, or winning, there is no, like, nothing's gonna happen. If you're in that weird limbo state of, oh, I'm trying a little bit, but nothing's happening, it's like, I get that sometimes you're gonna have to persevere, but many times, I think that, like, a lot of people, especially very smart, committed people, it's not like just about commitment. It's about commitment to action, not just commitment to an idea. You know, um, I think that a lot of smart, intelligent, committed people tend to give so much focus and weight to like an idea or something that then drags them down in other areas of life. But many people need to realize that the most important skill is not necessarily commitment, but learning when to let go. Learning when to drop what the hell you're doing and move forward for something better. So with that note, I'm going to drop this video and go take a shower. All right.